Okay, let's get going.
Now, everything you say, it cannot be held against you. We're recording this. Okay, Shai, look, you disappeared. Here's I. Okay, today's topic, when millions and millions of people join our group as they're getting logged in from all over the world, from Tobago, from Ceylon, Antarctica, and a couple of people from North Pole. We're gonna start on a topic which Shai suggested, and here's a Rabbi Gorlin over there, and we will talk about the moon, the Jews on the moon. So already Brett sent us a note that he knows that Jews had been on the moon, and I guess atmosphere wasn't accessible or something. So Brett, tell us about that. What you sent us a note about moon.
Well, no, the moon. There's a lot of questions about the moon. First, the first question is it a natural astronomical occurrence, or is it a spaceship? Some of the things, there's a lot of theories with evidence to back it up that it is a hollow sphere, and there was a spaceship that fell into the moon and hit it, and instead of being like a thud, it actually rang like a hollow ball, which is very interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting.
That makes sense, because the last couple of times I was there, when they gave us a tour, I was always wondering what's in the center. So there was a hatch there, and of course we'll wear the costumes, astronauts costumes. It was difficult to walk, not as difficult on the Earth because gravity is less. Once opened the hatch and we got inside there was a long ladder, and we were headed from the surface down to the center of the moon. By the time we got to the center, there was no gravity, because in the center the gravity is zero. So they made it like entertainment thing. So we had a good time. I spent maybe 2 or 3 days. Then we went back to Earth. I remember on the surface it was difficult to breathe. The atmosphere was very thin, and it was dark. The sun doesn't shine there unless you're on the dark side of the moon. So it was exactly as you're saying. Atmosphere very thin. There was nothing to do with it. That's one thing. It was very boring. So I couldn't stand it. 3 or 4 days at the maximum I could take.
Yeah, H.G. Wells wrote about it actually too. About one of his pieces, First Men in the Moon. There's a lot of stuff. Another thing that's very unnatural is, you notice the same side of the moon is never facing Earth. It's always facing away.
Dark side.
Yeah, the dark side is only way we know anything at all about it now, a little bit, is because the Chinese actually sent a satellite to go around the moon and actually take images. So, and of course, the Chinese aren't giving us the information. Also notice that Trump started Space Force, which shows that he considered it to be New Horizon. And also that the Russians and the Chinese now are planning on building bases on the moon. Now, some of the other theories that go on, which a lot of it, of course, is speculation and who knows what's true and what's not. Of course, they said the Apollo 11, some say that it never landed on the moon, and it was all filmed in the Arizona desert. And they have things that they use to base this upon, like the flag was flowing, wind was keeping the USA flag blowing on the moon, and there's no wind on the moon, so how did the flag stay up? There are things like that. There's a lot of speculation. But you can notice, that nobody disagrees with, is that was 69, I think they went to the moon in Apollo 11, supposedly. Even assuming they didn't go there, you notice they've never gone back. Now, even when the people came to and found America, the North American continent and South American continent, when they found them, they started a trend where everybody was coming by in droves. Meanwhile, we've never gone back to the moon. There are rumors out there, and I'll put them right there, rumors that when they got up there in 69 Apollo 11, the moon people, quote unquote, moon people, told them, don't come back. And notice that we haven't been there. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff, and that's the moon. Now, the article.
Okay, let me Yeah, go ahead. Finish
I'm
and then
saying
I'll say something.
the short story, Jews on the Moon,
Yeah.
by Janet Tiger, it's just a whole different concept. Talks about the Jews going to the moon and creating life over there, and how they've always anti-Semitism was always against them, and how the Jews are creative and productive, and they managed to build all the life there on the moon, which is what's sort of. But meanwhile, they still face the same anti-Semitism, and the Jews had the same quarreling between them and things like that.
Yeah,
It was very realistic.
Okay.
Rabbi
Okay,
Yochanan
a
says
couple of
this,
things.
and Reish Lachish
Yeah,
says this.
yeah.
Go ahead,
So
Chen.
let me give you some trivia I looked up before. How many people have walked on the moon altogether? You guys know?
I'd say 3.
No. So it's
more.
actually 12. 12.
Well,
Between 69, yep, all the countries, and 72. I don't have all the names, but that's 12. So isn't that cool? Because we have the 12 tribes of what? Of Israel. Now, here's something maybe you didn't know. There are 6 craters on the moon that are named for famous Jewish people. Okay, you have any idea? Which
no,
one?
Albert Einstein.
Okay, so let me give you a couple, because I looked it up. So one
Okay.
is called Crater Levi, named after Rabbi Levi ben Gershom, who is
Hmm.
also known as the who? Very important, the Ralbag. Cool?
Cool.
And he was a mathematician, astronomer, and he invented something that's called Jacob's staff, also known as the cross staff.
Interesting.
Okay, Brad, you ever hear of that? And that's
Mhm.
an instrument. I looked it up. I didn't know. Used to measure the angular distance between 2 heavenly bodies, and it was used for navigating ships. Okay, so what's the first crater called? Rabbi Levi what?
Angstrom.
Crater. Okay,
Okay.
and he lived, by the way, during the crazy King Philip in France, who was always with war. And he
Interesting.
decreed that all Jews should be expelled from France and their possessions be given to him. And Rabbi Levi escaped because he lived in a small city in southern France, which belonged to the Pope. And he devoted his entire life to spreading the knowledge among Jews and to the promotion of science and tolerance. Isn't that kind of cool?
Really?
And he
Very
was actually an accomplished physician. He wrote commentaries on the Torah and the prophets, the Mishnah, okay? And he wrote many poems in which he bewailed the terrible persecution suffered, and he died, unfortunately, age 56, right? Well, in 1344, okay? Now,
Interesting.
there's another crater
That was
called,
the Ralbag. That was the Ralbag.
another,
Yeah.
Ralbach.
Yeah.
Another one was Ibn Ezra. Ah,
Ibn
famous
Ezra.
Ibn Ezra. Yeah, the Spanish-born rabbi Ibn Ezra, 1092 to 1167. Okay, and he started in Tudela, Spain. First half, he lived in what? The Arabic part of Spain. And he always had financial difficulties, though. And he wrote many books, of course, calendars, mathematics, right? He wrote about chess, astronomy. Okay, so that's the Ebenezer crater. And the second half of his life, he traveled all over. He even visited Israel, and he learned Kabbalah in Sfat and Tiberias.
Mhm.
Okay, the third one, I never heard of this guy before. It's the 52-meter mile in diameter moon crater, and it's called Zagut. Guess what Zagut is named after?
Mhm.
Rabbi Abraham Zacuto. His real name is Zechut. Okay, he was born in Spain 1452, mathematician, doctor, navigator, rabbi, astronomer. He started working on Almanach, which calculates geographical coordinates, and he improved the astrobal. What's that called? The astrolabe, an instrument invented by the Greeks, right, to make planetary measurements, right, of the altitude of celestial bodies. So he's called Rabbi Abraham what? Zacuto. Okay, and they say because of him, Columbus and Vasco da Gama, they have failed in their quest. Because he knew that such contributions to science by a Jew and a rabbi created a favorable impression upon his non-Jewish peers.
Interesting.
Got it? Okay, and it says after being expelled from Spain, he moved to Portugal, and after that he moved to Tunis, and he wrote the Book of Lineage, recorded the first 1,500 years of Jewish history, and he wrote his work with only one tractate of Talmud, hardly any other references. Okay, the next one, I'll just say the other names quickly, because we'll get to you. It's called Corey on the Mars. So guess what it's named after? Jewish Nobel Prize winner, maybe you heard of her. Gertie Corey, maiden name Radnik, was born in Prague in 1896. Okay, attended medical school in Prague. Okay, and basically he left Europe, and she became the first. Oh, I'm sorry, she's a woman. She became the third woman ever to win the Nobel Prize. Planetary study was not what made her a scientific star. Okay, life work on carbohydrate metabolism, of how muscles make and store energy and the role of enzymes, treatment of diabetes later, and among other diseases. So what was her name, we say? So there's both the moon and Venus have a Corey Pratier named after her. Okay, then there's Sylvester. Okay, you all know who Sylvester was?
He was a cat.
James Sylvester was born in 1814, first observant Jew to hold a professorship in Britain, good at math, okay, was refused a degree or a prize because he was Jewish. And 1838, he became professor of natural philosophy at University College of London, 15 papers on fluid dynamics, algebraic equations, spending some time in America, returned, actuary and math tutor. Florence Garnier was one of his. 1855, he became professor of Royal Military Academy, second president of the London Mathematical Society, retired at 55 in 1870 due to army rules, went to Johns Hopkins in Baltimore in 1877, founded American Journal of Mathematics, the first American Mathematics Journal, became professor of geometry at Oxford, retiring in 1892 at age 78. So there's a whole creator named there. Next, you all know her, Judith Resnick. Who was Judith Resnick?
The guy who owns a hot dog stand. The guy who owns
No, she was the pilot.
Yeah.
Brad, tell her. The pilot, electrical engineer, and unfortunately, it blew up. Isn't that the one that they blew up? Hold on.
Yeah, that's the one that blew up.
In 1886, grew up in a religious home in Akron, Ohio. She planned to become a concert pianist, but turned down Juilliard to study mathematics. 29, she became an astronaut, fourth woman, second American woman, first Jewish woman to fly in space. And she was married to an engineer a little bit, but they divorced. And then she was invited to Cape Canaveral to watch her blast off. He was invited. She was the first flight that took off on what? The Discovery in 1984, right? And unfortunately, in 1986, she participated in the Challenger Challenger, and it broke up 73 seconds after what? Its launch, killing all 7 crew. So it's called after her. May her memory be what? Remembered. Okay, so I'll stop here. So those are the main Jews. Okay, go ahead. Now it's your turn.
Sorry about that. My mom, back in her days when she was single, she dated what was her father. And her father's brother was a friend of my dad.
Wow.
Yes. Judith Resnick?
Yeah, her father, yeah. She could have been my sister.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Okay, so Lev, here's your quiz. What were the people I said? So do you remember all of them? Resnick was one of them. Go ahead.
Einstein?
No. Who was it? Sylvester what?
Stallone.
The Sylvester crater after James Joseph Sylvester too. Okay, who was the third one, guys? Come on.
Billy Preston.
No. Corey on the moon. Gertie Theresa Corey is number 3. Who was number 4, guys? Rabbi Avraham Zacuto. Okay, who was the 5th one?
Michael Jackson.
Rabbi Avraham Zaguto, or I said that already?
That's
Right,
the
so
guy.
Ibn Ezra was the fifth one. And who was the last one we started with?
Judy Resnick.
Okay, you guys are tired.
Judy Resnick.
Bob Dylan.
Levi,
Bob Dylan.
Rabbi Levi for Ralbag,
Between
Okay,
Brett and I,
all right.
Brett and I, we got all of them. We got all of them.
Okay, so now, Lev, let me just share something. Maybe you want to know. There's actually, it looks like it's anti-Semitic. There's actually a book somebody wrote. Guess what it's called?
Jornius or Hulliver.
It's called Jews on the Moon. And it's written by Newman Fears. And look what it talks about. Book overview. Newman Fears, maybe we should read it. The last Jew on Earth crash lands on the dark side of the moon. There he discovers Noli Edkel, an ancient colony of Jews. For its very survival, Newman is forced to travel the universe searching for the key to the mystery of the Jews. Doesn't that sound interesting?
Is Paul Newman still around?
No, Paul Newman passed away.
Oh, so that's not the one you're talking about.
No.
Interesting. I'm taking notes.
And it's actually, Jews on the Moon. It's actually free Kindle or free if you have unlimited. Otherwise, it's free what? It's $3 only. Okay.
And that's the same thing as the title of our talk, Jews on the Moon.
I'm putting it now in the Perplexed group so people could see the book. Okay, but it's your turn. Yeah, I just put Lev because I can't share the screen here because you're the host. I just gave the link in the Perplexed.
Looks like you wrap with a pillow or the blanket. Chai, you look like you have like a otara on your head. What is that?
No, that's on the wall.
Oh, it looks nice. You look like a space traveler.
Thank you. And here's my misu. Here's my misu.
Hi, misu. Hi, misu. That's another one. It's also
misu. Yeah, this is my baby, 9 years old. Yes,
misu, it's a Japanese, right?
Okay. Yeah, from misu. Yeah, she comes from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so tell us a little insight because we only have about 8 more minutes.
Oh, so time flies when you travel with space.
Yeah. So what did you want to tell us about the moon? Maybe Liv.
I was gonna link. The day would not be complete if we don't talk about Torah. I send you guys a clip to watch it. It's a Tanya.
Okay.
Near Zalman Liad, Tanya. And we talked last time we got together. We discussed what happens in a society. You know, like say, well, Tanya says we all have a good soul, divine soul, and animal soul, and all that in the Tanya recordings that we have. I'm not gonna take time to repeat it, but the Tanya basically said, you know, we have evil inclination and we have good inclination, and there's always a struggle between a good soul and a bad soul. Struggle, and the person make decision. And we always said, how does the person make decision? Why would one person decide to do so? Let's say the guy walks and he drops a $20 bill. You go behind him. You pick it up in the store, you lost $20. Well, another guy would just take the $20 and pockets it. What makes a difference? Why did you return it and another guy pocket it? From where in a sublime memory it comes in? Does it come from a family, from a bringing, whatnot? So societal upbringing circumstances in a person's life form person's psyche, and that changes his and influence his decision process, how to do good or to do bad. But if the person, let's say, was born on the moon, let's say a small community on the moon, let's say 20 people, 100 people community, and they have children that are born there, and then all the children grew up on the moon, and they don't know much about the earth and don't know anything. Would they grow naturally honest, or would they grow naturally thieves? Or would there be some, without influence of the earthly, they never saw the bank in their life. They never saw robbery. They never saw television. They'll tell them about good news or bad news. They just grew up completely, and they have everything. They had food to eat. They have everything was good on the moon, and they lived like a colony. Well, they come, and if how will they behave to each other? If one guy loses $20 bill on the moon, would the other guy behind him will return it, or he will pocket it? Will he follow his evil inclination, Yetzirah, or will he follow his good inclination, Yetzirah? And God gave every Jewish soul and every non-Jewish soul, basically ability to make decisions, freedom of choice, so we can make decision. And how to make decisions? I'm just saying, on Earth we have a background, circumstances in which you grew up and make decisions. How would the guy on the moon, or on a desert island, for that matter? Like, let's say the moon is like somewhere in the Mediterranean or in the Pacific. There's islands and people grew up there. Would they behave naturally good, or will be inclined to be bank robbers and stealers and thieves? That's a question. What do you think?
Okay, that's a good question. Yeah, it's a good question.
You know?
I'm going to, by the way, I'm going to share the link where I got the information for Jews on the moon from Esha Torah, okay? I'm putting it on the Perplexed, okay? But meanwhile, Brad, go ahead.
So what do you think, Brad?
Yeah, of
How
course.
would the person behave in that circumstance?
Well, that's why we have a book of instructions. And when it comes to decision making, that gets to be my field.
Well, the guy gets the Torah, right? On the moon, and he reads the Torah. He learns about Jacob and Abraham and Noah and flood. But can he relate to it? He's sitting in complete isolation. And he said that how Adam and Eve ate an apple, and he reads how Jacob stole his birthrights, and how Amalek attacked Israel. He grew up on the moon, or completely isolated from society. He reads this book, and to him, he says, what this book is talking about? Well, because usually when you read the Bible, read the Torah, or Confucianism, or Hindu manual, or any religions, or Quran, you're surrounded by the society, by people who make commentaries, who your parents, your peers, to tell you how to apply yourself to this. Well, this guy is sitting there, and they don't have any of that guidance. Yeah, let's say they do have a Torah, and they're reading it. Do they understand what they're reading?
So you've been reading Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Oh, tell us about it. Okay, go ahead. I didn't read that.
No, Edgar Rice Burroughs tells a story, writes a story. One of his famous stories is about a little baby that was lost in Africa, was raised by the gorillas. And he, didn't have any other sources of information to learn, as you're describing.
Did he come back?
Fiction.
Did he come
It's
back
totally fictional.
Well, there was a real guy, Mowgli. I think Mowgli was the real one, right?
No. That was he wrote that also, but that was fictional.
Also, but so what happened to him? Did he come back to civilization eventually? They found him, or what? How does the book work?
Oh, I don't remember the end of the book.
But
Mowgli wrote. I mean, they made a lot of movies. What was his face? Oh man, that guy, Johnny Weissmuller.
Tarzan.
Yeah, Johnny Weissmuller. Boy, he played him in the movies. Now I'm dating myself when I tell you about Johnny Weissmuller, the Olympic swimmer.
In the Tarzan, was Tarzan a real guy, or also fictional?
No. Yeah, that was all fiction. Well, we don't know. I mean, we don't know what inspired Burroughs to write this. So it could have been a true story.
But other people know in the history that actually did grow up raised by wolves or something? Are there any people, real situation, not fictional?
Yeah, they even had, and also end of World War II, there were Japanese guys living in the caves in the Philippines. And they went for years and years and years without any connection to civilizations. And they have found a few people who, I remember reading about it here and there, they found somebody was lost or something happened to the parents, and a child was raised in the wilderness. And they, of course, never learned language and things like that. And they didn't know how to survive and didn't understand.
So the question, what do you think? I mean, Shai said he doesn't know how to answer that. I mean, Brett, I don't know either. How would the person you think would function if he's discovered eventually and end up being in New York City or in Los Angeles or in Norway or in Israel? Anyway, how would he function? He comes there.
It's possible. I mean, there was a point when, Moshe Rabbeinu, he was totally lost. He had killed a man. And there he was wandering in the desert. and then he met Hashem and spoke with him. So,
Well,
and there's a lot of
David mentioned when we get together last time, David said if somebody is raised in the island where have what do you call it, people, hey Shai, your video keeps going on and off. What's going on here with your video?
Okay. Now
Fix
it's
it.
working. Okay.
Fix it. Yeah, so he was saying the guy is raised by the cannibals. So if you were raised in an island of the cannibal, and you basically have nice society, and then the boat docks, and you go ahead and get these guys and eat them for breakfast. And you don't have any moral reservations. I mean, this is your culture. I mean, with chicken and beef and people, nothing personal. They'll do for them. Would they be living in a wrong moral code? From
well,
their
part of the cannibals now. The cannibals, it was their when they fought a war or a battle, eating the opponent that you beat them is kind of your final straw of domination. So it wasn't just that they went out and said, "Well, I'm going to go have some people for dinner." They went is when they had a war and they ate their opponent.
Or is that
And
morally wrong or not?
To us, it is. It's not our moral values talk that we shouldn't be doing that. First of all, it's not kosher. Homo sapiens don't have a split hoof and
All
choose a
right,
cut.
so the Torah is given to us, and it's for us with the manual, like you said, it's not kosher. Okay, we'll learn Torah. But why should somebody who, let's say, gives this Torah to the cannibals, and they just, they come in, we'll go there and give them Torah. The guy opens the Torah, reads it, and they take classes, and they learn all this stuff, and they say, I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, I know it's an interesting culture, but we don't go by that. I mean, I grew up in this culture, or if you don't believe by their culture, if you don't eat people, don't eat people. We do. Would that be wrong from their standpoint? I mean, I can find something wrong with them. I mean, they can say, you have your moral code, we have ours. How does a person decide what's absolute morality? We say Torah, and the Jews say Torah gives us the rules for absolute morality. Well, the guy who is Hindu says, well, not necessarily. We have our code. We're Hindus or Buddhists, and we have our code of morality. What makes us think that our code of morality is any better than Hindus or Buddhists' code of morality?
Because ours comes from Hashem.
Well, they say also they're coming from Hashem.
Okay, they can say all they want to do. That's why it's belief.
Yeah,
By the way, Lev, why don't you play before the end? Why don't you play the clip, because I can't put it up there, of Capricorn 1. I sent it to the Perplexed. You could watch it, because that's the movie that they made that claims that we never went to the moon.
I will play. I'll place it when I can't get it from another computer over here. But I'll place it.
No, but give me permission. If you give me permission now to put the link in the thing, we could end up watching the
how do you get permission? Share screen?
Give me permission. Share host. Yeah,
multiple. Okay, maybe try now. Multiple. Now you should be able to do it.
Okay, yeah, because I couldn't put the link on there. Hold on, let me see if it lets.
Try it now.
Hold on. Share. Yes, share. Hold on. Share web URL. Bookmark. Okay, add bookmark. Hold on a minute. Okay, hold on. Maybe I could just share the screen, right? Because I have it, right?
You should be able to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Try that.
Here's the link. Hold it. No, I'm going to paste it. Okay, link copied. I'm going to put it in there. Hold on, link copied. Okay, how do I put it in? Harold. Harold joined us.
Howard joined from Atlanta. Oh, yeah, Howard. We don't see you, but
no, Howard Cosell. It's Howard Cosell.
Howard Cosell, the sports, and then he's on the end zone.
Share. Okay, here's the link. Hold on. Okay. Here. Okay, how do I add it though? Web URL. Image from file. I just want to put it in there. Hold it. Image from file. URL web. Okay, here it is. Input. Okay, paste. There it is. Okay.
Okay.
Your video is paused. Okay, see if you could play it now. There you go.
I have to play?
Okay, here it is. Input. Okay, paste. There it is. Okay. Your video is paused. Okay, see if you could play it now. There you go. I have to play? Okay, see if you could play it now. There you go. Okay, here it is. Input. Okay, paste. There it is. Okay, see if you could play it now. There you go. Okay, play it. Here we go.
How do I
Put
play
on
it?
sound for us. Okay,
Huh?
put on sound. Share the sound with us. You're not sharing the sound. You have to share the sound on the bottom.
Oh, how do I say a sound?
There's a way to share the sound. Look at this shit. Look at the options. See, we can't hear it.
Oh, wait a minute.
There
Share.
should be a way. Take it easy.
Mhm.
Yeah, share screen, and there should be sound. You should let sound.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
Brad? You don't hear the sound. Tell them there should be a
Advanced
way.
options? No,
There
no,
should be. Oh,
just
there it is. Now I hear it. Now I hear it.
it gives you full control, but we don't see it.
Yeah, we don't. I see YouTube Capricorn 1, but they don't see the
Yeah, you
film.
hear it. Why
No, I
don't you
don't.
see it?
No, it
I
doesn't
don't
play.
see it
It
either.
doesn't play on our screen.
No, you need to share. So let me share screen with you. Hold on.
Oh,
Give me share screen right.
oh, it looks like it's something is happening. Something
Yeah.
big is happening.
Okay.
Okay.
Is
3,
it working now?
2,
1.
1, skip.
Yeah.
Skip the commercial, Shay.
Emma sponsor.
No, we're there. It's Capricorn. There it is. Okay, there we go. You got it?
We have it,
No.
but it's not playing. It's ready to play, but it's not playing.
Hold on. How come? Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why
Why
you
don't you?
can't see it.
Oh, because well, here hit the play button or something. Hit something.
Background effect. Yeah, hold on.
You're
It
on,
should
you're on a phone instead of
sharing.
a computer.
No, it should do it on the phone. I'm sharing the screen. It should do it for you.
No, we're not playing.
Settings.
It says Joe
Settings.
Blow.
Hold on a minute. It doesn't work for some reason? Oh, okay. I don't know why now.
We see all these ads,
That's
but the
strange.
Maybe
thing's
it stood still, Michael Rennie.
push that button when the play button comes in. Push it, I guess.
There we go.
Yeah, push it.
I did, but you don't hear it, right?
We don't see it either.
It went 24 seconds, though, according to the line on the bottom.
Yeah.
How come I don't see share screen? Meeting
They
settings.
probably have it
Hold on.
programmed to not do that. So one person, because you got to pay for the movies and things.
No. We have it. It's not letting me share screen or something.
It's not letting you share it. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, why not though? I don't know. Okay.
Because it's
We see a computer screen, but we don't see the movie playing. Can you open another picture?
But you could play it. You could play it.
How?
I'll send it to you.
All right. Oh, yeah.
you
I'll
just
send it to your email. Hold on. We're in Zoom.
probably in Vimeo or something like that. You just
Send it
Something's
right
wrong
into
here.
right into the notes, or send us with the notes. Yeah.
Oh, the notes. Oh, okay. I'll put it in the notes and then you could open it. Okay.
Yeah. Do that.
Okay, let's try that. We're learning. We're learning how to get better.
We learn it's
How
a
to get
big
better
small
technology.
step
All
for
right,
the
no.
man.
Small steps for mankind. One more step for the space.
big
Okay,
step
no.
for
they
the
really go there.
Ah, here's notes. Okay, let me see if I could put it in there. If it'll let me.
well, we
Okay,
better.
search. Oh, there's nothing here.
Oh,
New.
come on.
Okay, new. Okay, hold on. I clicked on
Yeah.
new. Okay.
You're eating
Led
up a lot of
person.
time.
Okay. Start fresh. Okay, here we go. Hey. Oh. I put it in there. Do you see it now?
No.
You're eating up a lot of
Uh-oh.
time because we only got 2
It's there.
minutes and 48 seconds
Okay,
left.
I gave it to you. I gave it to you.
Okay. All
You
notes.
see it?
Yeah, but it says create note, but I don't see notes. Send us.
No, I gave it to you.
Where?
It's in the link. It's not there?
No, it's not. Brad, do you see it?
Lev Netzer Murphy, my shared notes, shared with me. New.
No, we don't see it. Shai.
Hold on. I'm putting it again. Hold on.
Do it again. Just send it to us.
I know. I don't know why. Okay, this is.
It says new notes.
Crazy, Doc.
Yeah, like I'm doing new notes, for example. Okay.
Yeah, I am.
And
It says link copied.
yeah,
Well, you know,
Hey,
you're
Ed,
killing all the
so-
time with this. Why
Yeah,
don't you just
yeah. All right.
afterwards just email
All
it?
right. All right. Yeah, I don't understand why we couldn't get it, but it's kind of crazy.
see,
Yeah,
I
but
just
there's only a minute.
here's the link access. Okay, we copy link. Let's see.
No,
Link.
don't do
copy.
it now. You're eating up all the time. It's going to
Okay.
shut
All right.
off in
Let's talk.
a minute and 30 seconds.
Let's talk about something else then. We only have 30 seconds. Okay.
minute
So
and
what's
30.
the summary?
A minute and
Yeah.
30
So
seconds.
give us a little summary.
Oh,
Well,
Okay. Let's summarize the topic.
it was
I'm
extremely
gonna get rid of
interesting
two,
topic.
yeah.
We learned a lot. Even Harvard
Yeah.
logged in a little bit late. Oh, here.
And I think we should do it again next week and become a little bit more prepared with what we're gonna do. This
And
was
now,
like
but we learned a lot. We really just made a small step for the man, big step for the mankind. So we're really in the dark side
Yeah,
of
we
the
did.
moon for all
But there's a
practical
lot more to
purposes.
talk about. Yeah.
So
there's a lot more to
next
talk
Tuesday,
about.
next Tuesday at 8 o'clock in the afternoon Israel time, or 1 o'clock. Oh, next Tuesday will be still 2 o'clock US time, because it's 6 hours away now, not 7 from Israel. And we'll talk more about it. We'll continue expanding the moon. Eventually we'll move to the Mars, and just space.
And maybe we'll get more people. Right. We'll get more people.
And we'll get more people. That was a little good dry run, but even that is a museum relic. All right, guys, sounds good.
Okay.
We're gonna get together
All
for
right.
coffee, and in the meantime, everybody had a great week.
All right.
And we'll talk soon. Yes, Howard.
Send me an email about the topic for next week, so I can
Okay.
be more prepared.
No problem.
Okay.
We'll send you an email.